Sprint scope and sprint goal. One of the most confusing parts of Scrum is understanding the difference between sprint scope and sprint goal. While the sprint goal remains constant, the scope of the sprint is open to negotiation. In this lesson, we will discuss this issue in all its aspects. Let's try to clarify the issue with a simple example. Let's say you decide to clean your house this weekend. In this framework, we can define the purpose of the sprint as achieving a clean living space. The scope is what work you want to do to achieve this goal. For example, details such as dusting the floors with a vacuum cleaner, then wiping the floors with a damp cloth, washing the laundry, wiping the windows, cleaning the inside of the kitchen cabinets can be created. The scope of the sprint can be negotiated by the team as long as the goal remains the same. When starting work on the weekend, if you find that the scope you have set will not meet, you can narrow the scope. For example, you may decide to leave cleaning the inside of kitchen cabinets to the next sprint. In this case, your scope has changed slightly, but your goal of getting to a clean place has not changed. So having a goal for the sprint will keep you focused on what you need to focus on. As long as you stay focused on the target, an activity like cleaning your car will never fall within your scope of work. However, details that you never thought of at first may suddenly appear and sometimes affect the scope of the sprint or even the product backlog. Let's explain this with an example. You started cleaning over the weekend, and while you were dusting off the picture albums in the living room, you realized that many family pictures are tangled in a large box without going into the albums. You may think of the idea of arranging the pictures in the album in chronological order. But you hadn't thought about this job in the first place, and you didn't include it in the cleaning to be done that weekend. Depending on the size of the work, you can also include this work in the current sprint by consulting the evaluation of the other Scrum team. Or you can make a suggestion to the product owner and add the arrangement of the photo albums as a new product backlog item. The absolutely indispensable criterion as we move towards the sprint goal is quality. Acceptance criteria should be defined for the results of the studies to be carried out within the scope. Detailed information about the acceptance criteria will be included in our next videos. Progressing without sacrificing quality can sometimes require waiving scope, and that's normal. Concerning this issue, it is necessary to constantly consider the trade-off between these two concepts in project management. Let the grade of a product express the number of features in that product. Let's say you are trying to deliver a high-grade product to your customer. However, they rush you in such a hurry that you deliver the product before you are sure that some features are working, that is, without time to test it. Would you feel comfortable if you delivered a product that has a lot of features but you are not sure whether it works or not? On the other hand, it would be much more comfortable if you handed a product that is low in features, but at least you are sure that it works. Please do not forget that it is very easy to expand the scope as long as the quality is not compromised. However, a product with a quality problem will cause the project team to spend effort and time to constantly correct errors.